Hey Sagittarius, this one is for you. It's just a blueprint. It just gives a little detail highlight about yourself. In order to really know yourself and really know how you can expand your life and be the best that you can be, go ahead and get your natal chart. This is just your blueprint. This is just about, some things about you, stuff like that. You heard the rest of them. So Sagittarius, the worldly adventurer. You're the adventurous, okay? You're a fire sign. I mean, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. They're all adventurous signs. They're all want to be number one, okay? They're the adventurer of the horoscope wheel. Sagittarius energy inspires us. To dream big, chase the impossible, and take fearless risks, just like the Fool in the tarot card. Now, what the Sagittarius is about? Well, Sagittarius is the ninth of the 12 signs of the zodiac, which begins in a cycle late fall every year during Sagittarius season, which I believe that's going on right now, which falls around November 22nd to December 21st. Whether or not you have Sagittarius planetary, again, I always stress, get yourself a natal chart, because that's going to be all about you, ins, outs, what to do, how to do it, because these planets all just because you do have a certain planet that governs you. Well, those planets rotate and they go around and they switch around and they go into different planet houses. So you're going to have to know how to act and know about all the planets. So when your planet rotates, because it is going to give you your map, it's going to give you everything you need to go, where it's going to go, when it's going to happen, what planet's coming up, and how it's going to affect you. So you can have more control over your life. That's what that's about. Moving on. Okay, Sagittarius. Okay. Now, and like I said, now the symbol for is, that anchor. Okay. The element is fire, like Aries, Sagittarius, Leo here. Your ruling planet is Jupiter. So take time enough to know fully about Jupiter and all the rest of the planets as well. It's the planet of luck and expansion. Okay, the body part that you rule is the hips and the thighs. The good day that you have is honest, fair-minded, inspiring, optimistic, enthusiastic, encouraging, and dedicated. Now, if you're having a bad day, you can be argumentative, reckless, flaky, preachy, tactless, and overconfident. Now, your favorite things, overall, not saying, this is just general of what you might like. You like dares, you like flirting, you like pets, you like pop music or whatever music you like. You like to travel, you like to laugh, you like karaoke, you like books and inspirational stories. Now, what you hate, okay, for some of you out there is prejudice. Routineness. You don't like things to be routine. You like to be the ruler. You like to be the one. Being bored is very tactful for you. Taking things too seriously, the words you don't like to hear. Now, your secret wish, Sagittarius, to make the rules, to be the ruler, to be the leader. Okay? Point blank. How to spot them? They got strong legs, laughing eyes, they got comedic facial expressions. It's like you can look at them. You see some comedians and you look at them, you just bust out laughing. They don't even have to say nothing. That's how you can notice a Sagittarius as well. They're very funny. I like Sagittarius. Where you can find them, for some of them, they like to, be somewhere where they're organizing, organizing like a talent show or something like that, organizing something for kids, publishing a tell-all. They like cracking inappropriate jokes in the middle of a staff meeting. Like they just like whatever they want to say or do, they do it. They try to break the monotony, especially if everything's going too serious. They can do backpacking, traveling, stuff like that. They love to travel because they have an adventurous spirit and they're very curious. They're honest and outspoken. I'm going to tell y'all that right now about Sagittarius. If you run into one, if you're very sensitive, kind of, gear away from them, or not say gear away from them, just like kind of like don't take it too serious, because they will tell you what's on their mind, whether it hurts or not, because they're ruled by the that anchor, okay, that straight shooting anchor. Sagittarius energy manifests through enlightenment, travel, and truth seeking. They're curious. Sagittarius are very curious. It makes us hunger to expand and learn, sending them on adventures to determine the meaning of existence. They're great philosophers. Yeah, great philosophers. They're good for a higher learning, like in a university setting. It inspires them. Now they're very, very restless because they're the life of the party. Like to make the life. They can't stand being bored. That just don't set well with a Sagittarius. Okay, so if you're boring to them and you turn around, they disappear. It's because of that. Sagittarius loves the great outdoors. Under the influence, you might camp under the stars or play urban music. You know, any type of thing like that, any type of action oriented things or that makes you enthusiastic, you go for it because they're an enthusiastic sign. Sagittarius helps them take risks. They're big. They're big on taking leaps of faith, like the Fool card, like I told you about. Aries, they don't even think about the possibilities or what might happen or the repercussions. They just take that chance anyway. They can bite off more than they can chew when they do stuff like that. But it is what it is. You can get excited about starting new projects. Capricorn fail to follow through sometimes when they start projects because they're so enthusiastic. They got so much that they want to do that they can drop one thing and then start another. The essence of Sagittarius energy is honest, fair-minded, inspiring, optimistic, enthusiastic, and encouraging. And they also can be very, very dedicated. Now, the negative aspects, and this is just general, okay? Because people have other things in their natal chart. That's why I say get your natal chart done so you can find a complete you, okay? Their energy can be kind of argumentative, reckless, flaky, preachy, and tactless. What the most brilliant about Sagittarius, though, it's the thirst for adventure. That is the most inspiring thing anybody can have, is a thirst for adventure, a thirst for life, enthusiasm, actually going for it no matter where they land. Okay? So the Sagittarius element is of the is one of the three zodiac signs ruled under the element of fire. The other two fire signs are Aries and Leo. Leo, you're next. Since Sagittarius is the third and final fire sign, it's harness Aries trailblazing and Leo's fiery leadership into cosmic supernova of universal wisdom and action. Sagittarius is the inspirer and the internal optimism of the zodiac, challenging them to go big and seek limited possibilities. Under the influence of a Sagittarius planetary cycle, they may feel pumped to travel, learn, connect across cultures, and expand on their horizons. Prepare to collect some passport stamps, as this fiery sign loves to blaze trail from place to place. Okay, now their ruling planet is Jupiter. Like I said, get in depth with that, but other planets too. Sagittarius is ruled by expansion Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. As a result, this sign can be larger than life. Jupiter is one of the gas giants and indeed overconfident. Sagittarius energy can seem full of hot air at times, leaping without looking. The Sagittarius that's a habit. Okay, that's their habit. They're lucky, fortunate. Jupiter helps them land on their feet anyway. But it's not without a few bumps and bruises, though. That's just common sense. Also known as life lessons, okay, as we all do. Jupiter was the most widely revered god ancient Rome at times. Again, I don't get into that Roman stuff and all that because all that's pretty much made up. I'm just, kind of keeping it simple reality of things. Often referred to as Jupiter, Optimus Maximus. I understand that. Okay, it's all good and it's all powerful. Not surprising. Sagittarius designed the biggest and best, at times the point of incest and indulgence. In fact, Jupiter was the mythic god of the feast. People with Sagittarians in their charts may quickly expand in girth. That I'm gonna leave alone. Okay, like I said again, that Roman stuff and all that. But Sagittarians are energetic. Sometimes too much of a good thing is bad. Okay, they are a mutable sign as well. Okay, remember we talked about that. That's a video I put out on its own. You can go back and check it out if you want to know about that. The zodiac sign are grouped into three qualities, which are trip cities, cardinal, immutable, or fixed signs. Those are the four fixed signs. Sagittarius is one of those four mutable signs. So they're like a Virgo, Gemini, and Pisces. They're all mutable signs. That means mutable means that they can adapt, okay, to anything and anywhere. These signs are in and everywhere, season, learn, and hard lessons taught by spring, summer, fall, and winter. The mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Know that all good things come to an end, and their rule is to prepare everyone for the challenging of seasons. Okay? Mutable signs they can give up. They can just like call it quits and just keep it moving. And it helps to give other people an opportunity to do the same, especially if things aren't going right. Mutable signs are adapters, like I said, of the zodiac, a little bit older and a little bit wiser. Why? Because they're adaptable. They know how to move in and out of a situation before it gets dangerous or before it causes somebody something hurt or pain. They rather move and adapt to something else than to stick around for it to get worse. And it'll actually help that other person out too. More fixable and comfortable with change than other signs. They can be like chameleons. Did I say that already? They can adapt to all kind of situations themselves to fit into variety of situations. Like I just said, mutables are also the editors of the zodiac, the ones who complete the package with a winning touch. A plan can be sparked by a cardinal sign, built by a fixed sign that perfected with the critical eye of the mutable sign. So, what make good partners a lot is the mutable and the fixed. Okay. They can kind of get along together because they're kind of like, they're not exactly opposites, but they can learn from one another and learn from experiences and things like that. Because fixed and fixed, mutable is, fluent. What they're like, they send the clowns. They're really witty. Sagittarius are very witty. They could be some the funniest and the most entertaining people you'll ever meet. They have a gift for seeing the human nature and turn into a comic. Yet Sagittarius can also, and they can. I know. I was raised around a lot of Aries or Sagittariuses. I know a lot of Sagittariuses. They're just like Aries in a way. They can crack you up at any time. But anytime they can, kind of like retreat from that too and be something different. This sign is ruled by a half human, half horse. That's like it. That's just the mythical part of it. Okay. Now, from the waist down, it's almost animal instinct, and the rest is like hooves. Okay, far as what they're governed by or depicted as. So we're going to move on from that. Busy Sagittarians has a million friends, projects, and irons in the fire. As a result, they may not be most reliable day-to-day aliens. But if you have a 5-alarm crisis, they'll rush in for an epic save. Even if you haven't seen them in years, time and distance are irrelevant to this sign. They have friends in every part, and they connect